Morning all. Alright, so 2 games tonight in the NHL, so combining a news video along with the preview today, Friday, December the 1st, and I'd like to thank everybody for what was a highly successful November on the channel. Really, the numbers absolutely remarkable in November, one of the best months the channel's ever had. So thank you to everybody who's been watching, commenting, sharing, all that other fun stuff. Thank you so much. All right, 2 games tonight. They both start at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific. However, while the review would normally be going up early at night by my standards, this one will end up going up kind of late because we are going to the Abbotsford game tonight. So at the time where I would be recording the review for these games, instead I will be at the Abbotsford game. And they don't let me bring a whiteboard in and record it there. No, I'm not doing it. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start. Not Simon Miller. 7 Pacific Eastern, 4, and he doesn't bring a whiteboard either. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start between Ottawa and Columbus. This is the first of 3 meetings between the two teams. They'll meet again February the 13th as well as March the 14th. For Ottawa, they are 8-9 on the season. Consistency's been an issue there. Joseph, 4 goals, 11 assists, 15 points. Impressive points totals from him thus far. Tarasenko, 3 goals, 10 assists, 13 points. Might want a couple more goals. It happens. On the Columbus side, they're 7-13-4. They're coming off of that loss against Montreal Canadiens. Fantilli, 4 goals, 6 assists, 10 points for him thus far this year. Kent Johnson, 8 games, 1 goal, 2 assists, 3 points for him as he makes his return to the lineup for the Columbus Blue Jackets tonight. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start between San Jose and the New Jersey Devils. And it's a shame. I'm pretty sure Timo Meier is still not playing. Last I heard he wasn't skating, so I'm going to say not playing. But the first of 2 meetings between these two teams on February 27th, maybe we'll see Timo Meier playing against San Jose then. That would be in San Jose. Be an interesting matchup. San Jose, 5-16-2 after that loss last night against the Boston Bruins. Luke Cunnin, 5 goals, 2 assists, 7 points. Decent start for him. Should finish with around 20 goals this year. Eklund, 4 goals, 4 assists, 8 points. There's the talent there. I do worry with some of the young players on this team. It's a lot of losing they're going to go through. Does that have an effect? Their offensive numbers not quite where you might want them to be. So, all those normal questions. On the New Jersey side, they're 11-9-1. Holtz, 7 goals, 3 assists, 10 points has been good. And Toffoli's been excellent. 12 goals, 9 assists, 21 points. They will be without Brendan Smith tonight in New Jersey. As he has a hearing for a slash last night on Travis Konechny of the Philadelphia Flyers. So the announcement of that suspension, and I'm thinking a game, 2 games, something in that region, because we know it's not an in-person meeting. That's how you know it's not a longer suspension, and usually they're 1 or 2 games. So we'll see what he gets and what happens with the New Jersey Devils tonight. But it is San Jose. It's a game they're expected to win. Coming off of an emotional victory last night. We'll see how things go. Tristan Jarry. So last night he became the 14th National Hockey League goaltender to score a goal, and he's the 9th to put it directly into the net. So what has happened at times is that the team will score an own goal, and the last person on the other team to touch it was the team's goaltender. But yeah, Jarry actually, puts that right into the net from his own crease. An impressive goal, and he is the first Pittsburgh Penguins goaltender to do so. So last year was Ullmark. This year it is Jarry. We'll see if any other goaltenders take a shot at it. I know Demko has tried. There are various other goaltenders that have tried. So we'll see if anybody else ends up hitting the empty net this year. You guys can let me know in the comment section below which goaltender you think is going to be the next one to hit the empty net. You never know. You might be right. So the New York Rangers revealed their new third, and I'm going to say this straight up. I know there's Ranger fans who don't like it. They don't like the shield on the front of the jersey because I saw one comment saying, well, the players are the shield, so the diagonal word mark means they are the shield. And I don't know, but I've always been partial to this jersey, and there's lots of Ranger fans that don't like that either, so it's the dark blue color. There's heathering on the stripes on the sleeves, sort of like the hat. That's why I picked the hat I did, and I like it. So I know Ranger fans don't. All I can think is the next time I do a jersey countdown, which will be not this summer coming up, but the summer after, people are going to be mad that the Rangers jersey ends up finishing pretty high on that countdown because it's a sharp-looking shirt. All right, that being said, moving along to other news. Nikita Zadorov, his agent Don Milstein, saying that at some point they will talk extension. I'm going to say this. I do think there are some people who are overestimating what Zadorov's going to bring to Vancouver. He is ideally a third pairing defenseman. Not somebody you want to play too many minutes because it does expose some of the issues in his game. So that's my concern, is that if too much pressure is put on him and the expectations are too high, yeah, Zadorov may not live up to those expectations. I keep saying about how big he is and how strong he is, and that's true. But yeah, it can go the other way, definitely. So I'm not saying that Zadorov doesn't improve their defense, just I do think there are some who are expecting more than I think he's going to be able to deliver. Especially when I'm seeing things like, do you think this makes the Canucks a contender? Okay, we'll back off on that talk just a little bit. This is a team that's been 5-6 over their last 11 games. They've definitely had a few more struggles since that really hot start. So I'd like to see them make the playoffs. That's as far as I'm going with Vancouver right now. Playoffs, I'm happy. Contender status, we'll worry about that later. All right, now speaking about potential contender status, one team that's in the playoffs too right now is the Arizona Coyotes. The Coyotes have won 3 in a row, and what's impressive is how they're doing it and against who. So first they went into Vegas and won 2-0. Vegas had no comeback against them. It just wasn't happening. Then they came home. They won 3-1 against the Tampa Bay Lightning. And again, they stifle the Lightning, hold them to 1 goal, and last night they win in overtime against Colorado 4-3 to put themselves into that second wildcard spot. Arizona's playing really well. Really, really smart hockey. Andre Tourigny's got more out of those players than I think most coaches would. This is a team that buys into their system. And so, yeah, I mean, there might be some jokes about, playoff games at the Mullet. Fine, whatever. But if Arizona makes the playoffs, Arizona makes the playoffs. We'll see what happens. But right now, they look good. And again, in the West, it does feel like there's at least one team that could make the playoffs that we're all going to scratch our heads about. But hey, I think that makes things more interesting and entertaining. But either way, the other problem that Arizona's going to have is that both Calgary and Edmonton have been improving, and somebody has to drop out. So yeah, it could end up being quite the fight in the West for a playoff spot. Montembeault. So heading into Montreal. Glad that wasn't an awkward transition. Just out of nowhere. Montembeault. But he signs a 3-year extension with the Montreal Canadiens. We knew this was coming. The rumors of them talking have been out there for months, really before the season started. So the contract brings a cost of $3.15 million per season in cap hit. His cap hit, I believe, is $2 million currently. So yeah, Montembeault gives them solid goaltending. Not like he's going to be a Vezina winner or anything, but with a salary cap that's set to go up next summer and is expected to kind of explode over the next few years, that $3.15 million for a goaltender is going to be a 1A, 1B. It's not bad. So Montreal has their goaltending figured out for the next few years. You got to think it's going to be Primo and Montembeault. And then the question becomes, when does Jake Allen get traded? Where does Jake Allen get traded? How quickly does that trade talk get picked up? We'll see. Alex Newhook, who got hurt last night, and I mentioned in the review, I saw that he got hurt and he exited. I did not see if he came back. He didn't. He's being evaluated today. It's a lower body injury. And so we'll see what happens with Newhook and how long he's going to be out. I'm actually kind of surprised after a 14-game night that there isn't a whole bunch of injuries for me to report to all you fine people on the internet. But sometimes that injury data comes out later in the day or day after, and I'll be here to report on it when it does. So tonight we have 2 games, and then tomorrow we have 13, and hockey's all day. So I'm going to have to figure out my schedule for tomorrow, but either way, watching hockey appears to be on tab for most of the weekend. At the very least, those Sundays done relatively early, so that's good. But anyways, there you go. Let me know your thoughts, including your picks for tonight's games, in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.